Warning! You are about to see me in something other than my Leafs jersey. Hey guys, I know it might be a bit overdue, but as promised, I'm here to talk about the Marlies Home Opener on October 4th against the Hamilton Bulldogs. Now, since this is a show that isn't about the Leafs, I suppose I should give it a new name, but I really couldn't think of one. Hey, I know. How about Marley Minute?
Marley Minute, I don't have a T-song, but my show totally rocks. Marley Minute.
Something about that title seems familiar. It's probably nothing. Now, I'll admit, I didn't get this shirt at the home opener. I got it on the October 10th game against the Grand Rapids Griffins at Ricoh Coliseum, which was a 3-2 win for our boys, the Marlies. That was the second game of the season, and along with this shirt, I got this Maple Leafs flag, this Marlies flag, and for meeting Chansler at the Marlies, I got this Wendell Clark bobblehead. Now, I already love this bobblehead, even though it makes my other bobbleheads look like dwarfs. Either that or Wendell was a lot bigger than I remember him. Anyway, back to the home opener. Now, since this was an extra special game, being a home opener against our AHL rivals, Chansler wanted to do something extra special for all the Leafs spacers that came out to meet him at the Marlies last season. So he got us a private suite in Ricoh. And when I get there, being a few minutes late, I look in the suite next to us, and who do I see but the Maple Leafs brass, including Cliff Fletcher, Coach Ron Wilson, and the big man himself, Brian Burke. And being 5 feet away from Brian Burke was really a trip, especially because I got to hear Brian Burke the hockey fan as opposed to Brian Burke the GM. For example, in the first period during Green Ops fight, hearing him shout, "Come on, Greenie!" And also hearing him saying some not-so-nice things about Jonas Frogren after he coughed up the puck. Anyway, in the second intermission, there was a draw for Leafs tickets among the 18 of us that were in the suite for a game against the Red Wings. Now, I didn't end up winning those, but I did end up winning the third prize, this stick autographed by all of the Marlies players. We also all got a bag of goodies from Chansler, which included this Maple Leafs lanyard, this Spirit is Everything Maple Leafs t-shirt, an autographed picture of Mark Bell, who was a Marley last year, and a Vesa Toscala bobblehead, bringing my current bobblehead total to 5. There were even more goodies which I'll talk about later, but first I figured I'll talk about the game. First period, the Marlies were fresh. They came out with lots of jump and were able to fight to a 1-1 tie. Lots of good stuff. You saw Captain Ben Andres sticking up for his teammates, hitting and even getting into a fight. Richard Greenop got into a fight as well, like I said earlier, trying to motivate his team. And one thing I was surprised by, the top line of Toulouse, Bozak, and Hansen was actually kind of ineffective. I was disappointed. I wanted to see them move the offense, especially seeing how impressive they were in the NHL preseason. I'm trying to tell myself it's because Hamilton has a really good AHL team. One line I really enjoyed was Andre DeVoe's line. They were the energy line. They were not very skilled, but they generated the most chances offensively and were also solid defensively. The Marlies had a second period to forget, going down 2-1. The defense was sloppy, and overall the team just looked lazy. Lots of brutal giveaways, turnovers in the neutral zone, and missed opportunities. Without the play of former Islanders goalie Joey McDonald, this game could have been long gone by the end of the second. But in the third period, the Marlies were able to stumble to a 2-2 tie. Midway through the third, there was a scramble in front of the net, and in a play that was more Hamilton's goalie's fault than anything else, but we'll take it, Ben Andres finds the back of the net, making it a 2-2 tie. The team finally started to wake up in the final 2 minutes, and the pace increased. But in the end, the tie stands heading into overtime. OT was back and forth, chances at both ends, but ultimately nothing comes from it. So we go on to the shootout. The first two shooters for the Marlies, Toulouse and Bozak, and the first two shooters for the Hamilton Bulldogs score on their shots. The next one misses for each team. For the Marlies, it was Carl Gunnarsson. Now I think we're into extra shooters. So Andre DeVoe steps up as the fourth shooter and scores on his shot. Then the Hamilton Bulldogs player gets ready to shoot. He misses the net, and Rico and I just start jumping out of our seats. Then Alex Foster steps up, and everyone, including myself, seems to ask the same question. There's another one? Then I realize in an AHL shootout there are 5 shooters. Foster scores blocker side on the Bulldogs, and that's the game. Marlies take it 3-2 in a shootout. Now, after the game, those of us in the box go downstairs because we got the chance, as part of the night, to meet with goaltender Joey McDonald. He comes into the room, and we start asking him questions. And after our questions, it slowly dawned on us, this isn't Joey McDonald. For example, I ask him who his favorite player was, and he replies, Scott Stevens. He's a big, crushing defenseman, and that's the style I try to play. It actually turns out we were talking to Andy Rogers, who, by the way, is huge. I mean, I'm 5'10", and the tip of my head barely comes up to his chin. Anyway, I got him to sign my Spirit is Everything white flag. And there's his autograph. Anyway, here are a few pictures from the night. I didn't take many, but here you go. Now, what is the moral of the story? There are a couple. The first is, become a Leaf Spacer. Guys, I never got these opportunities before I signed up for Leaf Space. And now I'm going out to some Leaf-related event every month, including in the summer. It's amazing. You get to meet so many cool new people. It's awesome. If you're not a Leaf Space member yet, what are you waiting for? Second moral is, become a Marlies fan. It's cheap hockey. It's exciting to watch. There are a lot of rising stars on the team, future NHLers, and I mean, they win you over. This is coming from a guy who is 1 year removed from not caring at all about the Marlies. I mean, Stahlberg was a Marlie last year. You got Hansen. You got Bozak. Oh, and one more thing before I go. During the first intermission, I ended up talking to Steve Dangle, who was in the box with us during the game. And during our conversation, he turns to me and says, "By the way, I saw your face on the side of a truck." Then Monica comes in and says, "I have something to tell you." Just imagine Monica's voice superimposed over mine, because I'm not even going to try to imitate her voice. I was driving along Dundas near the 427 to Run for the Cure, and outside the head office of Metro, I saw your face on a billboard. Now, if you'll remember, in the episode about the preseason fans' first game, I talked about being in a photo shoot for an ad for Metro. They told us it would be a month before it went up, but apparently not. Now, Monica tells me instead of being a wide group shot like I thought it was going to be originally, my face is front and center on this ad. So it's near my house. I decided to check it out on the way home, and sure enough, there I am. I got a shot of it in the daytime, so check it out. Beautiful, I know. That's super exciting. It feels like I'm a legitimate celebrity now. You know, not to brag or anything. Anyway, guys, that's it for me for now. Thanks for watching, and remember, let's go Marlies!